Welcome to My Lines, brought to you by Colin Boynton. Welcome to the latest episode of my poetry podcasts, a place to share my world of words. I write about the things I've seen or heard or done, so my inspiration to write my lines can happen anytime and anywhere. The first poem I've chosen this week is called Rhythmic Inspiration, another piece about the way I write my poems. Here is inspiration just knocking at my door, bringing me 1,000 words and very many more, bringing me ideas, things to write about, thoughts that come into my head, I have to let them out. Words upon the paper and words that come in rhyme, writing out a picture each and every time. Here comes inspiration to hit me once again, giving me ideas about sunshine and about rain. Words of love and romance, waiting to be told, a story that is old as time, yet never growing old. I'm writing out a story in rhythm all the time. Words just flow onto the page, a story wrote in rhyme. My next poem this week is called A Fool Such as I, because I'm a dog lover. I wandered through the rain last night, and I looked an awful sight. Rain-drenched clothes and rain-drenched hair, I really shouldn't have been out there. My death of cold I'll catch one day, for walking out in such a way. The fool am I and such a twit, for wanting out a little bit. The fool am I for giving way. The dog first walked, then ran away. I looked around, I gave a shout, and though 'twas raining, I stayed out. Poor soul, he's lost, where could he be? This thought and more, it worried me. Midnight came, and midnight went. 1 o'clock, I'm not content. 2 o'clock, and still no sign, and soaking wet, I draw the line. Feeling blue and feeling low, I went back home, for where could I go? My dearest pal and lifelong friend, was this how it was to end? I pushed the door, it opened wide, and that damned dog was sat inside, keeping dry and keeping warm and keeping well away from harm. And though I'm tired and soaking through, I love that dog, he loves me too. For a good few years, I used to live and work in Manchester. Because I only lived a couple of miles from where I worked, I used to walk to work every day. It was always an eye-opener some of the things I would see. This next piece, called Home from Home, came to me after seeing a homeless person who had sadly died during the night. Underneath the arches, the wind blows hard and cold. Litter piles up all around, new upon the old. Hidden in a corner, the old man huddles down, covered up with boxes he finds about the town. The morning papers keep him warm, tucked below his things. The evening paper lines his shoes, his trousers tied with strings. Each day passes into weeks, years keep passing by. Time, it has no meaning now, he's waiting just to die. What a sad and lonely end for such a long-lived life, to end up living on the streets, no children and no wife. And people pass him every day, no one seems to care. A glance is all they give him, they leave him lying there. Underneath the arches, a story now is told, of litter now piled on top, a body still and cold. I look around myself sometimes and realise just how fortunate I am, even if I may be feeling a little low at times. Some of the things I see or hear remind me of the old phrase, "There but for the grace of God go I," which inspired me to write my next poem called Gratitude. When I think what might have been, I give a thankful thought, and when I see where I am now, I see what I've been taught. I could be with the down and out, I could be on the street, but I have clothes upon my back and shoes upon my feet. I could be begging just to live, to buy myself some food. I've got the water in my glass, which tastes so very good. I have a roof above my head. I have somewhere to rest. So why, when things go very wrong, it feels just like a test? I should be very grateful for all the things I've got. There's someone living out there who doesn't have a lot. I am a healthy being and get the help I need. I am very lucky. I know how to succeed. I've been down but not quite out and got back on my feet. I could have stayed there on the floor and just admit defeat. It isn't very easy. You need a helping hand. Not everyone is willing to help or understand. So spare a thought for those poor souls crying out to you. Listen to their voices and see what you can do. For my final piece this week, I've chosen the following called Watching. Out in the wilds where the four winds blow, where the rain comes down is where I'll go. You'll find me there, roaming free. Out in the sun is where I'll be. Out in the wilds where the green grass grows, where the flowers bloom, my spirit goes. You'll find me there in the peace, sitting under shady trees. Out in the wilds from the morn till night, when the sun goes down and the stars shine bright, you'll find me there with a sigh to watch the world go passing by. That was my choice for this week's episode. I hope you've enjoyed the pieces I picked. The poems I chose this week have been taken from my books, My Lines and New Dimensions. All my books are available either from myself or direct from my publishers. For more details, see my website www.collinscorner.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you will join me once again next week for another episode of My Lines.